just show you what's going on here with this MultiMod. There's a lot of things it can do. For simplicity's sake, I'll take this oscillator into that little 4-channel low-pass gate, come out of there into basal, which is a delay, and out of there into the final out. MultiMod has built-in shapes as if it was like an 8-channel LFO. And I guess I need to plug in a few of these for you to see what's going on here. It's kind of just like in its most initial state, it's like 8 copies of the same signal. But as you start turning its panel controls, you can get them to go out of phase with one another. But instead of just using its built-in shapes, it can also receive CV. And so I'm sending 3 different copies of this sequence to multiple inputs on this oscillator here. It's all the same information, but it's being either sped up or stretched out. So, as you can see, it's like this is a pretty simple patch, but we're getting a pretty complex behavior from a single sequence. And you can change in what way the CV is read, interpreted. Let me just pull up the manual so I know which one is which. Okay, so this blue light means the sequence is going forward and then back. Purple is the shape of a sine wave. When it's reading your CV, it's a wow and flutter. Pink is stair step, so it's like stepped. Orange, random access read, so I guess it randomly chooses between steps, which is cool. Wow, I love this. And so we're still only using 4 copies right now of the CV. I can send another one to something on the delay. Okay, so that was a pretty rough and quick experiment. Just to show you what the MultiMod is about. Okay, so there's a chord. I think I can close that. I'm gonna reset these things. They should be in sync. Yes. And maybe I'll do a shorter ping than their internal one. Okay, so I've got 8 copies of this signal. So see, that's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm going to send this into a delay, which might get a little fucking insane, but basically, I'm sending this sound into it. This mode, coming out of this output, these attenuators here act as like volume for frequency bands. But in the other mode I was just in, I'm sending tiny little, it's like little opening and closing of signal to individual frequency bands. So it's as if I was going like this really quickly with the knob, but much faster than, with the fader, but much faster than I can with my finger. And so we're getting to hear just momentary openings of those sounds. Let's slow this way down. Let's see what that sounds like. But apparently it can also be used as a audio processor. But I guess we start by plugging in various inputs to our mixer. I wish more people did this talk and patch style of streaming. I'm glad that you like it. I was saying earlier, it's hard for me to speak and patch. It's a little confusing at times. My brain can only really do one at a time, but I'm trying. I'm trying. I know it's... I mean, I personally enjoy watching people talk about their patches. I've spent a lot of time on YouTube watching that. So I'm going to go to the input with an output of veils, and into veils I'm going to send just a simple oscillator. So it's just giving me what I give it. But now what happens if I spread those? So it's like a weird delay and a pitch shifter. It's creating a chord. You know, maybe would be more interesting. I'm gonna try with a percussive voice, but this is cool. So I'm using it. You're hearing both the dry signal. Now it's just the wet. It's kind of giving me like another rhythm. So here's just the wet, and then here's dry. So this is what I'm actually sending to the MultiMod, and then it's giving me this. Now I'm going to modulate it and see what happens. really weird use of this module, but I watched the Sarah Bell Reed video, and she did a really cool example of using it as an audio processor. Peace, y'all.